Good evening, viewers, and welcome to today's edition of the news. First, a look at the headlines. 5 security personnel lay down lives in line of duty during counter-terrorist operation in Doda. Priska defies odds, all set to compete in arm wrestling in Moldova. Meghalaya Arts and Culture launches the Umbrella Project workshop for hearing and speech impaired. Sunbor Shulai submits suggestions to expert committee. And the Tourism Department to review demand of all Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association. And now the news in detail. In Jammu and Kashmir, 5 security personnel, including an officer and a Special Operations Group SOG Jawan, succumbed to injuries today after being critically wounded in a gunfight with heavily armed terrorists in Doda district. The encounter occurred last night during a joint operation by the Rashtriya Rifles and the J&K Police Special Operations Group at Dhari Gote, following specific intelligence about terrorist presence. 4 soldiers, including the officer, lost their lives in the exchange of fire. The 19th South Shillong Advisory Committee has suggested to the Expert Committee on Reservation Policy that there should be 30% reservation for Khasi Jaintia ST, 30% for Garo ST, 27% for economically weaker section, 6% combined for other ST, SC and OBC, 3% for other ST and 3% for SC and OBC, and 7% for unreserved category. The committee, headed by local MLA Sunbor Shulai, on Monday submitted his representation to the expert committee through the secretary.
And the subject of this suggestion and recommendation on behalf of the 19th South Shillong Advisory Committee to improvise the Meghalaya State Reservation Policy 1972. The main highlights of recommendation and suggestion is that the above reservation is being done keeping in mind the population census of 2011 tribal make up to 86.15% of Meghalaya population. 30% we have suggested to reserve for Khasi Jaintia, reserve for Garo, 30%, and 27% to reserve for economically weaker section, 6% combined to other Shul tribe, Tulkas and OBC, out of which 3% for other Shul tribe and 3% for Shulkas and OBC, 7% on reserve for general.
Nongpo MLA Meral Bond's aim has expressed serious concern over the delay in allocating housing units under the Integrated Housing and Slum Development Program in Nongpo to the rightful beneficiaries. The scheme was sanctioned in 2008 and 2009 to provide an accommodation for the poor families, and around 128 units have been completed. However, due to some issues, the beneficiaries have not been allotted these units. AIM said that around 32 families have already got the approval to occupy the units since 2022. A meeting with the headman was directed to ensure that the 32 beneficiaries occupy the units.
With regard to the Integrated Housing and Slum Development Program, this is a very beautiful program. Way back in 2008-2009, it was sanctioned to facilitate poor family who doesn't have a house, who doesn't have a land. They will be accommodated there. This project has been pending. Now around 128 unit has been completed due to the issue that the beneficiary that has been selected, the committee which is headed by the Deputy Commissioner, they have not directed them to go and stay there. So these places and this house, it's just lying like that.
Meghalaya government will take a call on the 18th July on demand of the All Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association to ban vehicles from other states from ferrying tourists to Meghalaya's tourist spots. Informing this, Tourism Minister Paul Lingdo said that the Tourism Department, along with the Home Police Department, will hold a meeting on the 18th of July to review the grievances expressed by the Tourist Taxi Association. It may be mentioned that the Tourist Taxi Association on Tuesday last met Meghalaya Tourism Minister Paul Lingdo and demanded to issue an order banning vehicles of other states to tourist spots.
Given them a very patient listening, and we are meeting internally as a department along with line departments like Home Police on the 18th to assess the situation and go into the details of their grievances. Everything will be reviewed on the 18th. We will take into consideration the various pros and cons of the subject matter, and on the 18th itself, I will again brief you.
The Directorate of Arts and Culture, Government of Meghalaya, inaugurated the Umbrella Project, a 5-day residential theatre workshop for hearing and speech impaired, Chapter 3, Unlocking the Power of Expression. The event was held at Fernando Speech and Hearing Centre, Umyo, Kwan, Rebhoy District on Monday. Director of Arts and Culture Department Dicky D. Shira attended the event as the chief guest. Shira launched the program to unite artists across the state, bringing together theatre professionals from all districts. The initiative aims to provide valuable learning opportunities and make a positive impact.
This program was first conceptualized in the year 2019. The idea was to bring together all the art forms and artists under one umbrella and then bring them to one place. I mean the theatre artists, actors from all over the states, from all the districts in one place, and then let them mingle with local talents. We'll invite the local talents and together they'll share their experiences and then they can learn from one another. So that platform will be giving under this project, and then we'll engage resource persons, experts in this field.
Born with a spinal condition that prevents her from walking, Priska pursued her education at Jyoti Shroth School for differently abled individuals. In 2018, she discovered wheelchair basketball, which benefited her health. Recently, she excelled in the state arm wrestling competition and won the second and the third prizes at the national event in Nagpur. Now, she's all set to represent India in the Moldova next month.
Ka sports nadu arhajar ka prang ala stang ban join ningkong ngasdang show ada kini ki long ka wheelchair basketball tengal ngale show ada kani ka wheelchair basketball tengala ngasothu ba kata kamet jonga ka yarap bahaten long kolong exercise bahat tengala nadu takapol ngal azang sotanat yakane ka sports ken dan pada nasi dekai wheelchair basketball dan marathon duk kat badan kini ki program ki basi penyat bet tengah na let bet nga join bet nga participate bet kini dan pada azang bantil so ya kana ka arm wrestling ki bala dang su penmi ang mancip snam hi na ka benta jongi ki balong disable kumne ni dekai para sitting ken para wheelchair kum tu tengah long baal pat balai.
Today, a sudden landslide and soil erosion occurred on the National Highway 6 in Rebhoy district, posing a threat to travellers. The landslide and soil erosion happened in Paham Rimrai village in Rebhoy, affecting National Highway 6. According to available information, no tragic incidents were reported except for temporary traffic congestion on this highway. It is important for the public to remain vigilant as landslides and soil erosion frequently occur during heavy rainfall. The District Sports Office, Rebhoy, lauds 3 schools for their stellar performance in the state-level Subroto Cup at SSA Stadium in Shillong. These schools are winners in their respective categories, set to represent Meghalaya in Delhi for the prestigious Subroto Cup. Minken Christian Higher Secondary School claims the under-17 boys category. Nongri Presbyterian Secondary School excels in the under-15 category, and Christian Higher Secondary School leads under-17 women's category. District Sports Officer Rebhoy Bobby L. Nongbet emphasized their achievements as a significant milestone, highlighting preparations for the upcoming national level in Delhi and Bangalore.
Qualify very likely you can hold Tadika Munkin Higher Secondary School in Parambo and
Nongri High Secondary School Nongri, Kumjur Christian High Secondary School na po. Ikalong ka buram ka bakhang ka district jumi bangila ban poisho sakari thang gala along of the record bangila ban qualify for state level likely haju po ripoi district jumi la timti ataga chance ban mikwat ega jilla par bro likely hol sito national level ka New Delhi par Kumjur po Bangalore.
Due to the ongoing renovation work, tourist buses are halted before Umyam Bridge as it supports only vehicles under 10 metric tons, causing inconvenience to tourists visiting Meghalaya. This restriction has led to frustration among tourists who are forced to incur additional expenses to reach the interstate bus terminal at Mauyong. Bus drivers and their assistants also encounter challenges staying with their halted vehicles at the location.
Raju Mandal and other drivers and tourists have expressed frustration over the ongoing renovation of Umyam Bridge, citing numerous problems including the lack of concern from the Meghalaya government regarding amenities, particularly the absence of public toilets.
अभी भाड़ा तो हम लोग जगह से पूरा ले आता है, ले गया यहाँ पे छोड़ देता है, पैसेंजर भी हम लोग को हल्ला करता है, बोलता है इतना भाड़ा लेता है, हम लोग को जगह में नहीं पहुँचाता है। अभी ब्रिज टूट गया तो हम लोग का भी कैसे पहुँचाएगा, लेकिन हम लोग का भी प्रॉब्लम नहीं, हम लोग का भी तो दिक्कत हो रहा है ना, तो इधर में हम लोग का भी प्रॉब्लम है, ये करने नहीं सकता है। अभी पैसेंजर भी बोलता है हम लोग को पहुँचाओ, हम लोग कैसे पहुँचाएगा।
Tourists and drivers are urging the Meghalaya government to promptly address these issues, emphasizing the necessity of basic amenities to ease the hardships caused by the bridge renovation.
पैसेंजर लेके आता है ना, वो पैसेंजर भी बोल रहा है ना, अभी तो ये ब्रिज काम नहीं चल रहा है ना, तो यहाँ बस पूरा खड़ा रहता है और पूरा गंदगी हो गया है। अभी तो शिलोंग में तो बहुत आगे में जाएगा तो सब क्लीन मिलता है ना, यहाँ पे थोड़ा गंदगी हो गया, इसमें टॉयलेट बनाना चाहिए। अभी तो शिलोंग में तो टूरिस्ट आते जाते रहता है ना, तो टूरिस्ट भी बोलते हैं, कभी हमको भी अच्छा नहीं लगता है ना।
Stephen Kharkrang, the headman of Umyam, expressed serious concerns over the lack of public toilets and drinking water at the site, emphasizing the urgent need for the government and district administration to address these issues to prevent health hazards and environmental degradation from open defecation.
Nakaliang jungi ka dorpas ng Umyam hi, ngidap naka chingsongsi namar nakapor sa kapor ngi juyo ya complain habede kani kajaka habang ipet ya kajing jabo kla ilong is admet hadu kadata te kum kasinong Umyam hi bapitep bakadai kasinong gaba itanat kasinong gaba borok hoy ka jala baka kamtam sawi ki bar jong jalaru itep bakadai ka jaka ba khring pha ya ki nong jum kai perthai te impwa ba kum kasinong ngin welcome ya ki torres ya kajing jabo iba ki torres ki shemi ka shimjing e ba haba paikmat achiki habe dei ka toilet banle chabar te ngila pensngau hi sha u officer jong ka tourism ba pe shanish po river district ngila aru ka jingtho sha ka MCL te nakaliang jong kirip kila shimkhia hi ban ura ya ka toilet hangin te hadin ba ngila sedang man sina ya ka toilet ka warno ka jinga tungkho habe dei ka bor gi an kamtama jitungkho bat ka high court order bumla bantai kini construction hajan jong dam te ngiru nakaliang sinong ngiklem le persya ngi burom lang hi kwa ka jinga rengkat ba ki department of welfare rengkat bat ka order jong high court tengila pun riak no.
Urgent action is needed from the Meghalaya government and district administration to address the infrastructure deficiencies worsened by the Umyam Bridge renovation. Resolving these issues promptly is crucial to alleviate hardships and mitigate health and environmental risks associated with inadequate amenities and open defecation. This effort will ensure a safer and more pleasant experience for tourists and residents in Meghalaya. Bureau Report, DD News, Meghalaya.
And now here is the weather report. The maximum temperature recorded was 24.2 degrees Celsius, while the minimum temperature was 18.3 degrees Celsius. Relative humidity in the morning was 91%, while in the evening it stood at 95%. Rainfall recorded was 6.6 millimeters. The forecast: moderate rain and thunder showers are likely to occur at most places. And before we conclude, a look at the headlines once again. 5 security personnel lay down lives in line of duty during counter-terrorist operation in Doda. Priska defies odds, all set to compete in arm wrestling in Moldova. Meghalaya Arts and Culture launches the Umbrella Project workshop for hearing and speech impaired. Sunbor Shulai submit suggestions to expert committee. And the Tourism Department to review demand of all Khasi Meghalaya Tourist Taxi Association. And that's a wrap of today's edition of the news. Thank you very much for joining us, and from all of us here, it's wishing you good night.